What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Lab Rats, where we test it so you don't have to. I'm Bald.
I'm Humble.
And today, we get to finally try out some of the new cards from Azurite Sea. I know, we enjoy this game, but I think the aspect of the game that I enjoy the most is getting to theory craft and, develop new deck lists before the metas are 100% defined. And, we get to a point where there's 1 to 3 decks that are just at the top of the meta. The unknown is my favorite.
This is where we get to have what's called hope
and fun.
Which a lot of the times you don't have in the TCG community, because the same 3 or 4 decks will be dominant. But here we get to do
it's chaos.
New stuff.
It's chaos.
And today I get to go home. I get to go home to the Pride Lands. I get to go home.
Oh no.
Fierce.
So today I'm actually going to be testing out Kendall, aka No I'm Not Burdett's Ruby Amethyst list.
RMB is playing Ruby?
So, I mean, Kendall shared the list with us, and I was like,
Sapphire or Steel are not in anything any of those colors.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. I've been told that I need to expand my horizon and start to incorporate some Ruby cards in my repertoire. So I figured, why not tap on the shoulder of one of our teammates, and yeah, I'll give it a go.
You know what this means? I get to not only play my deck, I also get to hear complain about that deck.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll see on screen here, this is Kendall's list that he's starting for set 6 Azurite Sea with. And we do see a couple of new cards here. He does have the Diablo from Azurite Sea. It's the Obedient Raven. It looks like he's replacing the previous Magic Broom with as just another 1-drop cantrip. We also see another Rabbit-esque style card in the deck in Genie Wish Fulfilled.
Which you say Rabbit-esque, and I see Downgrade. I don't understand why that card, people are so hyped about that card, but...
Well, I mean, you see it has this specific keyword on it that says banish a bird.
Oh, you see that, I play Ruby decks, so I just draw that thing?
Well, I feel sheepish.
All right, you bad boy.
Yeah, but I mean, having redundancy and ways to answer
I guess
the bird is probably where you want to be moving into set 6.
Yeah, I guess.
And the one card that I'm actually super excited to test out is Maui Half Shark. The ability to just gain additional lore every time you cast an action is really alluring to me, because, a lot of the time the primary game plan is to get to this late stage end game where you're trying to goat bounce goat, and Maui just kind of gives you additional copies of that. And then he just also picks up relevant action.
Recycling to be prepared does sound pretty cool.
So I'm excited to pop my Ruby cherry on Lab Rats. But I know you said you're going home, so
I'm going home.
I want to see what you cooked up.
On screen, you're gonna see my red Fossa deck. Amber Ruby, we're going back. We get a couple new tools in this set, so I've been pretty adamant about saying that the last few sets we've gotten almost 0 to no tools for this deck, and this set we have gotten probably this is the deck I've put the most new cards into. Starting off the curve, we have Lilo, the new Lilo, the Gravecrawler-esque card. If you know anything about Magic the Gathering, she gets to come back from the discard pile at the start of your turn. You got to pay for her, which is a little bit weird, but having Be Prepared insurance and just overall sweeper insurance is pretty nice.
It's kind of like Bloodghast.
Yeah, it's a Gravecrawler. It's good. We are trying 2 copies of Raya from the new set. It's just a little combination strategy with Gaston. Being able to just kind of cheat out multiple things in a single turn is where this deck had struggled previously, but being able to just flood the board in a single turn might be pretty good. You do see some Diablo answers in the form of Vanellope von Schweetz, which, obviously not a card I'm excited to play, but we have to play. We have Simba, Pride Protector, card that I'm super excited for because we get to go infinite. We get to go further beyond. This is a little combo with a card further down the line with Judy Hopps. We get to untap the entirety of our board, so we get to quest for upwards of 8, and then just say, I'll pass the turn and ready all of our characters. The final new card we have is Scar, which is basically a Teeth and Ambitions on a stick, which is something that we were definitely missing. I'm super excited to move forward with this. Don't look at the inkable version of this Enchanted, because it is definitely an uninkable card. Shout out to whoever made that mistake, because I was really excited when I was like, oh, it gets a buff when I get the pretty one.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm super excited. I get to go home. I get to play the lion. Let's see how these lines work.
I'm not excited.
I am.
I'm not.
I'm very excited.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see.
It's always me. It's always
Hopefully it's me this time.
It might be.
It's
Literally always you.
What do you mean always? Oh, kind of deck.
It's like 80% of the time it's you.
I'm just excited I get to play this.
I'm not as excited. Just because like this isn't my deck and like I'm not Kendall.
Okay.
That's kind of the biggest thing. I am not Kendall.
All right, so looking at our hands, we have it's not great. It is not wonderful. So we're gonna keep probably these two cards, and then we're gonna ship the rest. So I'm gonna do 5. Love to see that. Yeah, we got nothing on 1, but I think that's fine. That's as per usual with this deck.
So our hand is also quite cheeks. We're just like not seeing any of the early curve that we want. So I think we're gonna have to alter a little bit aggressively here. It might actually just be 5 and we just keep these two because they're both like reasonable cards. Like we definitely want this in the matchup. This can just be ink or like we need to find a 1-drop. That's the biggest thing. So I think we're gonna go with 5. Yeah, this got a whole heck of a lot better. So yeah, that's not nearly as bad as the initial hand that we had.
Good to go?
Shuffle.
I don't remember if I shuffled.
I don't think you did. Yeah, you definitely didn't make that sound. This is the reason that Corey does not collect foils, because he treats his cards like Lego blocks.
Yeah, this deck is still just a casual $500 though.
Yeah, don't do that.
Why not?
Because it makes my skin crawl. Oh.
Yeah, there's a playset of DLC Rapunzel's in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like $500 right there alone.
All right, let's get to going. I think I'm gonna go ahead and Inkaroo a Piglet, and we're just gonna pass.
Okay, so we will draw. That's probably one of the better draws. Choosing what to ink on this first ink actually looks like pretty difficult, just because I like the redundancy here, but maybe we don't need both of them. We know we're definitely doing this. We might have to keep this. And I don't necessarily want to get rid of this soon, so I think it is just going to be one of the redundant pieces. I think we're going to ink a Brawl. We're going to play a new Azurite Sea card in Diablo, Obedient Raven.
Ah, yes. Cusco, but weaker.
And we'll send it back to you.
Draw a card. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and I'll send this dock to the Inkwell since we do have redundant copies of it. We're going to go ahead and play Mother Gothel. It's going to interplay with 3 damage and pass it back to you.
So ready, draw. This card is also quite good. We've seen our opponent ink both Amber and Ruby cards, and considering his name starts with a H and ends in a bull, there's a good chance he's just on Mufasa.
You have seen me ink 2 Amber cards and play a Ruby card.
Yeah, exactly. This looks like Mufasa. It kind of smells like Mufasa too. This ink feels really odd, really awkward. I think it's actually just this. Like this card's good, but maybe it's just better because of that. It might just have to be this. Going second means that we're probably not the aggressor in this matchup. We need to stabilize the board. So I think we're actually going to ink the Queen's Castle. We are going to quest for 1, and we will play our Madam M Snake and pick this Diablo back up and send it back to you.
Gonna ready our ink, draw a card. Ooh, we got a new one. Piece of candy. So we are going to go ahead. I think we're going to ink this Abomination Stitch. Unfortunately, we're
Love to
just
see that.
not in a position to play it. We're going to play Gaston.
That's a good one.
And I'm just going to send it back to you. So there's a very good chance that this gets brawled. And if that happens, and like, that is like very okay.
Not necessarily what we wanted to see for our draw step. It is a must-answer card, so we are going to ink a Maui. We are going to cast the Brawl.
Always, I always have it.
Because he's going into the Rapunzel turn, we're not going to turn our snake sideways.
Wow, coward.
Just because he's going to get a free 3 draw, and they get to stack 3 damage on it as well. So we're actually just going to send it back.
Draw. But we are going to ink this dock, and I do have the backup plan of Rapunzel.
Yeah.
To heal and then draw an additional 3 cards. Ooh, found a new one there too. Oh, you're at 0.
I'm at 1.
Oh, well,
I quested with Diablo. We are going to quest for 1.
You need to stop going down in negative numbers. So even if he wants to Fox this, I think that's fine because the Gothel trades, so I will quest for 1. And I will send it back to my worthy opponent.
Okay, pretty standard Ruby Amethyst stuff over here. We're going to ink a Diablo, and we're going to play our Rabbit to draw a card. And we will pass it back to you.
Draw a card. Not bad. Not a bad card. I don't think it's necessary right now, so we are going to go ahead and ink it. I don't want to ink this because it's one of the new cards I want to kind of showcase, and its ability is very relevant. But I will go ahead and ink this Mulan, and you ready for the first new set 6 card from this deck?
Yeah, it looked like you were just playing set 5.
Ah, we're going to play Simba,
Spimba.
Bride Protector. So we are going to quest for 1 here. I don't want to quest with Rapunzel since he can just immediately trade it, and next turn we have the ability to just kind of pop off. So we're just going to pass. Didn't see that.
Ready? I actually didn't.
Good.
Draw. I would be remiss if I didn't have a little Kendall in my ear saying draw first. So we are going to have Rabbit sing Friends on the Other Side to draw 2.
He's got friends on the other side.
Wow, these are in fact cards. Not the greatest ones, but they are cards. These are definitely not for this matchup specifically, both of the cards that we drew. But there's a certain bird that exists in the format that you just have to be able to answer, which is why these cards are in the list.
Call. It's actually the reason why this card is in this list.
But I think it's probably fine to just establish this one. So we're probably going to... We don't have a whole lot of inkable cards, so we are going to ink a copy of Diablo, and we will send a Maui into the Gothel.
Sure.
I'm not going to exert this snake, and the only reason I'm not going to is just for redundant copies of Rapunzel. If he just gets to use his Simba, take out the snake, then it's 3. He either has to trade with the Maui, or he can draw 2, but I don't want him to draw 3. I don't want him to get perfect value, and we'll send it back.
Okay, what do we draw for the turn here? It's another one of those. I hate this card. Alright, so we are going to go ahead, and it looks like we are in kind of a weird spot. He's getting a little closer to P-Prep turns, so I want to get this down eventually. But this is also just kind of a powerhouse. So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to spend one of these Vanellope Von Schweets.
Ooh.
Vanellope is going to take out the rabbit.
Sure. We'll draw a card.
Yep. I will quest for 2. I will then quest for 2 with Simba. I will ink, unfortunately, an Abomination Stitch.
Yes. Love to see that.
And play a Lilo.
Oh, not enjoying that card as much.
We are then going to move to the end step. I'm going to ready Vanellope and Rapunzel. And then pass it back.
So the one downside of the Simba is that it doesn't ready himself.
Yeah, I was really hoping I would draw Judy Hopps and get to just ready everything, but I get 4 copies of Vanellope Von Schweetz. So.
I think, again, a little Kendall is chirping in my ear and telling me to draw first. So that's what we're gonna do. So there's a couple of different inks here. I think, like, this is probably fine to ink. The question is whether or not... I think we are just gonna do this. So that makes this a little bit worse. So we are going to ink the Cusco. We're going to play the snake to return the rabbit and draw another card. That's interesting. I guess we're going to take out the Simba.
I knew you will. Loyal protector.
So we are a turn away from B prep. So I think this is when we're probably fine to go ahead and send this little bad boy on a quest. Because he's going to have to choose between establishing a Mufasa and establishing card draw with Rapunzel. And we'll send it back.
Draw a card. Oh. We have some cool lines. Like he did say, he is getting closer to be prepared turns, which we do want to establish this. So we are going to go ahead and play the Mufasa.
Yep.
I'm going to quest for 6.
Yeah, that's too many.
A 12, and I will pass the turn. So he's kind of on B prep or bust, and if he doesn't B prep this turn, then like we have a really cool few lines of rebuilding. Especially with Lilo. Lilo being B prep insurance is very funny.
So this is an interesting turn. We need to draw, but we also need to like answer some of the things that he's doing right now. I can clear everything but the Mufasa and establish a more dominant board, and I think that that's probably the line that we're going to take here. I think we are going to play a Peter Pan.
Okay.
And we will play a crab on said Peter Pan and challenge the Rapunzel.
Sure.
And we will challenge the Lilo. And we'll trade the Vanellope.
Awesome.
I guess the question is which one of these two do we want to ink? Probably just this. We're going to ink a Friends on the other side.
Sure.
And send it back.
Okay, we're going to ready the ink. This is where we have to make the decision if we want the Lilo back or not. Based on the contents of her hand, I don't think it's really relevant. I want to see kind of like what we draw into first. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a draw step here. That's a good one.
Second Mufasa?
No, it's still just the one. But I am going to get to play this Vanellope Von Schweetz. I'm going to send into the Peter Pan. And again, like I said, I'm going to use this as Be Prepared insurance currently. He can't really challenge this until the next time I turn it sideways. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn.
We're ready. We'll draw for turn. I guess we will start by singing a Friends on the other side.
He's got friends on the other side.
So I guess we will Elsa. We're going to exert. Elsa's going to challenge here. Trade the hoof and get a flip.
It's a Riot.
Right.
It's a new card. Which is kind of relevant, actually.
We'll ink a brawl. We're going to play Fox to pick this back up, and we'll trade the Riot. And we'll send it back to you.
We're going to evaluate the grip here. I'm just going to draw a card. We're not going to do the Lilo shenanigans just yet.
The Elsa's the Lilo insurance plan.
Well, Lilo comes into the battlefield tapped anyway, so...
Yeah, but it's a two strength rusher.
It is indeed. This gets punished by Madame Medusa, which is kind of unfortunate. But I do think that we want to get it on established. So we will just play this Judy Hopps. And I think it's time for me to just kind of get rid of this. I'll ink the Surfer Stitch.
Love to see that. Ready, drop. So we're gonna quest for one.
Sure.
We've got several different things that we can do here. He's at 12.
I am indeed at 12. That is a number that I'm currently at.
So the question is do we want to just continue to try to control the pace of the game or start developing our own source of lore generation? What is this? How does this card read?
At the end of my turn, I get to ready another chosen character.
So like that's kind of cool with Lilo because you just like play the Lilo at the start of your turn and then at the end of your turn just ready it.
Yeah, that doesn't matter when your opponent has the Elsa Fifth Spirit in their hand.
It's still neat.
I just think they're neat.
Makes things difficult, but we are going to play the Elsa to tap it down. And we are going to play a Fox to bounce the Crab, and Fox will trade the Judy.
Sure.
And we'll pass it back.
Sure. Well, we get rewarded.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I will draw 3 cards. And I think I'll just pass it back to you.
Draw. I think we're going to start by drawing some cards. We're going to play a Rabbit, draw card.
Good old-fashioned Amethyst playline.
And we will snake back our Rabbit to draw a card. His hand's not doing a whole lot right now. I'm gonna quest for one.
Sure.
We're gonna ink this goat. We're gonna pass.
We are going to ready, and we're not going to do the Lilo. We are going to draw, though. So we are just going to go ahead and play Surfer Stitch to draw 2 more cards. And quest for 3. This is going to essentially put him in a position where he kind of has to be prep. Maybe not. You can just let these 2 go. I don't think I'm like really interested in inking right now.
You have
Actually,
20 cards in hand. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and ink a Judy Hops, and I'll just pass.
You will quest for 2, go to 6. You have to cast the beat prep, unfortunately. We will ink the Crab, and we're going to play a Peter Pan.
Okay.
And send it back.
We are going to ready. But we are now going to utilize... We are not going to utilize that. Because he had follow-up, it's a little bit worse. We're just going to draw a card. It's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and establish this Abomination Stitch. And pass the turn.
Ready. Draw. We'll play a Rabbit. Draw.
Okay, draw another card.
Play a Castle. Play Followers. We'll ink a Followers and move both Peter Pan and Chernabog to the castle. And quest for 1.
Yep. Anything else?
And then we'll quest.
We are gonna skip the Lilo. We're gonna draw. And here's where we kind of get to do a lot of really cool things. So first things first, we are going to play Vanellope von Schweetz.
How many of this card are you running? Because this is like the 5th one we've seen.
We're also going to ink this dragon. I'm then going to play this Scar. Scar is going to then Teeth Inhibitions, putting 2 damage on my Stitch to shoot your Chernabog's followers. I'll use the Rush on Vanellope to take out the Peter Pan, ensuring he doesn't draw any additional cards. Then I'll quest for 3, going to 17. Go ahead.
So we'll ready. We'll gain 2, go to 9.
Another B prep here would be kind of disastrous, but I like we're putting him on having exactly be prepared. I'm assuming you're trying to draw a card.
Yeah. We're just like at such a losing position here. This will
Basically. Got a vase until the start of my next turn.
But yeah, well, challenge here to draw a card. That's not it. More chance. Avita Zen. Genie.
Ah! Did we get there?
We did not get there.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so like one of the decisions that Kendall had made for this deck was to go down to 3 Be Prepareds, and I have seen exactly one of those this game, given the context of drawing 54% of the deck, and there's no B prep in sight, and there we go, like 20 some cards out.
Yeah, there was a really cool line I could have had with Lilo, where I could have paid 2 to put Lilo on the battlefield, and then played Surfer Stitch to draw 2 more cards. I didn't take it just because like you put too many things on the castle that I had to deal with.
Yeah. I like needed the draws there, but I mean, we looked at the top of the deck and it wouldn't have even mattered to deal with. I'll be on the play.
All right.
Oh, I didn't do it.
5, 6, 7.
Be honest, these hands aren't like looking the greatest, to be honest. I feel like I just don't draw 1-drops literally ever. We're definitely going to keep this. We're going to keep this, and I have half a mind to just ship the rest of this. There's a chance like we keep a redundant copy of this. No, I don't think we keep a redundant copy of this. We don't have a 2-drop, so we might keep one of these. In worst case, we end up needing to ink it. The reason I'm getting rid of this is because he just has so many rushers in the deck. I feel like this card just gets significantly worse when the bodies he's playing puts it in check very well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good.
Looking at our hand, we have a little bit of what we want, a little bit of what we don't want right now. We do want this into a card like this or this. We are going to kind of ship these 4. They're all good, but they're not pieces we want to see outright. Especially this in this matchup, we don't want to see this at all. Although he is playing Elsa's and Peter Pan's, so this card was like actually very good game 1. But I am going to go ahead and just send 4 away. All right, could have been worse, could have been a little bit better, but
It's okay. I'm not going to be doing anything this game until turn 6.
oh, wonderful. Then I get to do whatever I want. Cool.
Basically. All right, we will start with a goat ink and pass.
We're going to draw. Looks like we are going to go ahead and ink this. I do want to like show this card off, but it's best comboed with Gaston, and based on the contents of our hand, this is like the weakest card. It also could be a redundant copy of one of these, so I think I will start there. I will just ink a dock, and then I'll play the Mulan.
Sure.
And I will ship it back.
That was a pretty good draw. This doesn't have a whole lot of immediate value until like we get this down. Let's see. Like this card could be very good here. Just a matter of, will this substitute this well enough? I don't know. Kendall, whisper in my ear.
Draw card.
What should I be doing here?
Kendall's gonna whisper draw cards and do better.
Yeah, obviously, but both of the cards draw cards.
Oh, so then keep them going.
Like we know we're playing this. The question is whether or not I keep this or just ink it here because of the fact that we have this. I think I'm just going to ink it, if I'm being honest. I'm just going to ink the snake. I don't know if it's correct. I'm sure people in the comments will tell me if it was or was not correct. I'm going to play this Cusco.
All right. I will ready my ink and draw for turn. Ooh, piece of candy.
I'm not a red player, man. I don't know what I'm doing.
So I think I'm far away from this. It's unfortunate. I want to play this card very badly, but I'm going to ink a Judy Hopps. And then I'm going to play a Piglet. And I'll just pass the turn back.
Life is like a circle. Okay. I feel like we're missing an important piece somewhere in here. I do not want to ink a second one of these, that's for sure. It might be ink this and establish this. And then next turn we have options here. And then this becomes our engine. I think that is in fact going to be the play. I think we're actually going to ink friends. We're going to play a library. And we will pass it back. I'm not going to give him the opportunity to challenge into this.
Draw a card. So we have a couple options. We could throw this out and as a way to just, if he has a brawl, give him the decision of brawling one or brawling the other, which on a lot of times is hard, but he does play snakes. I could just play Foxes. And I want to get the immediate value off of this card. So we are going to just double back. We're going to ink the Raya. And I want to play this, but I also know that every time I play something on curve, it gets brawled. And I've learned that with my Gastons and my Docks over my time. So I'm just going to go ahead and play Julieta, heal the Mulan to draw a card. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw 2 damage onto the library and quest for 3.
Yep.
And say go.
This feels all bad. Man, this deck just like not having a 1-drop on 1 just does not feel like it's it. We can't just let this go unchecked. I was really hoping to draw a crab. Crab here would have been insanity. We did not draw the crab. So like the question becomes, do we let him get another 3? This is the reason I do not play Ruby Amethyst.
I'm surprised you're actually touching Ruby cards.
Kendall sent the list and was like, here's where I'm starting for set 6 with Ruby Amethyst, and I'm not going to tell that man that he's wrong. So I was like, sick, I'll sleeve it up. We'll show it on Lab Rats. Brother, I am not having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
I'm sure you are.
I get to play my pride and joy. I get to have fun before the metagame set
This
to play something real.
This just feels terrible, but I have to ink or brawl.
Love that.
I'm going to move Cusco to library.
Okay, yes.
I will brawl the Piglet. And I am going to quest for 1. Oh, I went to 1 at the start of turn.
So are you at 2 or you're at 3?
I'm at 2.
Okay.
This is the first quest of the game. And I guess I'll send it back. If he has like a Maui here, it's gonna suck.
Seeing as how I'm on going to 4 ink.
Yes.
Is irrelevant.
Numbers, counting, math.
I will ink the Mulan. However, I do have a Vanellope functions. And I will send all of this into the library to banish the library.
Yep, hate it here, etc.
Huh. I will pass a turn. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this card's like actually not bad.
It doesn't seem terrible, that's for sure.
By the way, it's evasive until the start of my turn.
Cool.
This is where you play Elsa and still don't kill it.
Yeah, no, I'm just not winning this game.
Such is life. Anytime you play a Ruby deck. Remember that Set Championship when you played Ruby Amethyst for the first time and just played 4 mirrors?
Yeah, I hated it. It was the worst time imaginable. So we'll play Rabbit, draw a card, play Ink, Cusco, play Followers, quest with Cusco, and send it back.
Draw a card. We're getting close to the points where I want to just start getting rid of some of this stuff. Cusco's done a lot.
Has it? It's quested for 2.
Yeah.
That's it.
I also, you can always just cash it in whenever you want to. We are going to do a sick, nasty play. Inking Judy Hops again, which hurts my heart and my soul. Play a Lilo, play Doc. Quest for 4. End of the turn.
Hate it here, etc., etc.
You might be asking why we inked the Judy over this. I don't want to get blown out by additional like locations and stuff, so like we are keeping this for right now.
This feels terrible.
I feel good.
I'm sure you do.
We gotta get this man a steel card stat.
I need, like... Where's my grab your sword?
Oh, grab your swords. I would concede.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
No, I wouldn't. These cards would survive, and I would heal it with a Punzel. I totally don't have a Punzel in my hand, by the way.
Yeah, of course not. This is so hard. I think we're gonna cash this in to draw a card.
You can cash your whole board in to draw a card.
That's not the card I wanted. Man, this sucks.
I believe in you.
I don't believe in me.
Don't believe in yourself. Believe in me that believes in you.
That's too much believing.
Don't stop believing.
I'm not a believer. Oh man, just like not being able to take out more than one thing is not fun.
Welcome to my life.
I guess we have to quest here.
Ooh, got a little sneaky snake.
We're gonna snake this back to draw a card. We'll have to challenge here because it's the highest questing that we can remove from the board. This card's just not doing it for me. So I think we're actually just gonna ink the shark, which feels real good.
Could just play the shark this turn.
Yeah, but what do I get? A singular brawl?
Hey, brawl kills everything on my board.
Yeah, one thing though. That's
Every turn though.
I know, but I need to.
Every turn and lore. And you gain lore.
It doesn't matter. I need be prepared. I need to have be prepared.
Yeah, you tell me. You
I sure do. I think I am gonna play a genie here though, to draw a card and send it back.
We are going to ready everything. Draw a card. It's not perfect. It's not great. So we aren't really doing a lot, especially with this. If he does draw the Be Prepared, we lose everything anyway. So we're definitely gonna quest for 40. Debating on going to 13 or not. Because we don't want to go wide, but if he has like a Medusa or something, I think I'd rather just cash it in. And I'll just pass the turn.
How many cards do you have in hand?
I have 3 cards in hand.
Interesting. We're gonna
I
sing
got
friends.
friends on the other side.
Let's draw 2, not 3.
I only drew 2, but I knocked one off the top.
Sure, cheater. Most looks at a B prep.
This will.
With him challenging, he likely doesn't have the B prep, which is good news for us.
I don't.
Ah, wonderful, yes. Quite.
2 isn't that scary. We're gonna play a rabbit card. That's a perfect ink. We're gonna ink Diablo. Play a fox, bounce our
Party
rabbit to draw a card. And this will take out the Lilo.
Lilo is gone. Or is she?
And we'll send it back.
We are going to miss Lilo, draw a card. Remove the snake with Julieta. Remove the fox with the Mulan. Play Mufasa. I think I'm over holding this. I'm gonna ink the Maui. And I'll pass. Drop.
Belly and twisting. We'll ink the bog. Genie's gonna challenge here. We will Elsa, Xert, play the fox. I think we're bouncing the Elsa, and then challenging the Mufasa.
I will remove your Junior. Let's go! The roulette wheel spun right.
Yep. Proceed to lose the game.
Alright, thinking on Lilo. No Lilo. Draw. I'm just gonna quest for 2. Play Mother Gothel. Play Julieta. Heal 2 damage off the Mother Gothel to draw a card. I will pass. This is where I get Be Prepared and in the Sage.
To be prep, I would need to draw the B prep. And your boy does not enjoy playing these colors, so drawing B preps is not something I do.
I did a game 1.
Draw a card. God, why? Cards are so bad. None of them are Sapphire or Steel. So we'll trade there.
Sure.
Take go.
No Lilo. We're gonna draw. Because I am the world's greatest detective. I'm gonna heal this and draw 3. 6, 7, 8. We're gonna ink the Raya. And I will quest for 2.
Yep.
I'm at 17.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
That doesn't do it. We'll challenge your Mother Gothel to draw a card. Wow. Imagine drawing good cards. Do that.
You should try.
I considered it.
No, see, obviously you play like a friends, draw inkable plus B prep, and you're golden.
Yeah, I don't have those cards.
Oh, never mind then.
I don't have any of those cards. We have to brawl here.
Gotcha.
I guess Peter will kill here.
Not dead.
Not dead yet. We're gonna ink the Maui. Play the rabbit to draw.
Yep.
Drew last, of course. Send it back.
We are going to ready. This is the turn where I'm going to go ahead and get Lilo back. Draw. I'm going to quest for 2, go to 19. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll play Trello. Do it.
There's B preps in here somewhere. I swear.
You can cut. I will then
Where do you want
use
to?
4 ink to just play 2 more Lilos. So if you do B prep me, I'm just going to still have 6 lore on the board. Go ahead. That's my hand.
Challenge the Gothel.
Gothel has 2 damage.
I just don't draw B preps, so
Ah.
I'm kind of curious. How far?
Right there. Damn it.
It's not. How far were we gonna need to go?
I would have felt so smart.
Wow.
4 more cards.
Wow. Allowing you to get to 19, a singular Lilo is a must answer every single turn. Unless I have Maui already established, it's game over.
Yeah, but even then, like, how many turns? Like, it just takes for a couple turns for Maui to tie to Lilos.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yes!
There's like... So, like, I'm definitely not going to try to tell Kendall how to, like, build decks. Because I don't know anything about Ruby Amethyst, but, like, I feel like he's over-engineered for the Diablo matchups, and it's just made... Like, Mufasa probably wasn't a good matchup to begin with, but like I felt bad only having 3 Be Prepareds in the deck.
Yeah.
And just like the inability to ever find them when I actively needed them. And then like there were also like really weird situations where even if I had found it, like I was just dead to the Lilos anyways.
Yeah, during that last turn where I had turn to block 3 Lilos, if you would have found to Be Prepared and I would just spend 6 ink on 3 Lilos, like here's 6 lore worth of pressure, deal with all of it or lose on for the rest of the game is a very impressive line that this like Mufasa definitely needed some quote unquote unfair things.
Yeah, I mean like it was super aggressive. Obviously like you got the Mufasa. The Mufasa when it spun the Maleficent, I was like, oh, that's...
Do you not understand
that's
when
cool.
Mufasa spun Maleficent? That is when I felt I had the most wrinkles in my brain. The flood of serotonin that I got. I am so happy right now.
I'm sure you are.
There's cloud 9. I'm on cloud 11, 12. Like I'm...
Are there subfloors? Is there a basement? Because like,
yeah,
I'm at like -1.
I don't know. Like the Simba actually came in pretty clutch too. Like I didn't get
Simba was good.
I didn't get to showcase the interaction between Simba and Judy, which was kind of unfortunate. Because spoiler alert, it's a combo deck. You get to on top of everything. But you know, barring that in mind, you could definitely tell like Simba on its own is still just a very powerful card.
Yeah.
Like being able to quest for
Even he's just like take me instead. Don't hurt my friends.
Yeah, like
that's kind of sick. Like if you ever get to like protect a piglet, like sure, like banish. Like he's a well enough statted character that like he's gonna trade. He's gonna trade with things like foxes and like piglet. That's like your real aggression, like your real ability to just kind of close out the game.
Yeah, the ability to just like quest for 6 and then ready for 4 lore worth of questers plus whatever you played that turn for a follow up on the next turn is super aggressive in a deck that allows you to like also play a control game, which is like I've said it before, I've said it a million times. Like an aggressive control deck shouldn't exist, but it does.
Yeah,
it's this one. I love it. It's mine.
I will say that I do agree with you. I do think that the genie is a downgrade from Rabbit. Yeah. Like there were times where I like had to like choose which one to play, and like I almost always just want to play Rabbit. But like I played the genie a couple times just to see like what's the allure to this. Like does the 2 lore actually
then you just had
matter?
An evasive 2 for the quest for 2, and like it didn't do much. It could be the fact that you were just like behind the majority of the game.
Well, you know why I was behind?
Because you had a genie in your deck?
No, because the deck didn't have Flynn Sisu in it.
Oh,
like I think a lot of the power that came out of the Ruby Amethyst list was its ability to just
I'll agree with
gain
that.
absurd amounts of lore. If you want to like dirtle around and like not do anything, like I'm just gonna gain a ridiculous amount of lore.
All I know is I get to flip lions and draw cards off Rapunzel's again, and that chef's kiss.
This is probably one of the last times I play Ruby. It was the first and last time.
Yeah, I don't know why you even like bothered sleeving it.
I don't know, like it looked cool. It had new cards in it. It had Shark. I wanted to see if Shark was good.
Yeah, I was interested to see if Shark was good too. But like, because that is a card that excites me too. Like maybe we see it again in the future, but right now, you got to see the lion. You got to enter the Pride Lands.
Now I'm gonna have a talk with Kendall.
I'm gonna just talk to myself because I feel so stoked on Mufasa right now. Anyway, that was this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Mufasa finally got on Labyrinth and picked up a win. But that you do the thing, like, subscribe, comment the decks you want to see. We'll see you next time. Love you.